going to be a brief little impromptu live. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Be grateful if you didn't have court today. If you're not catching a felony charge, at least you got that going for you. Alrighty. Beautiful day out today. Oh, it's a little cloudy. Not really blue skies that much here and there. Yo, okay. Looks like people are starting to stream in here. All right, we'll keep this brief, folks. 5-10 minute live stream. Oh, we got a green light. Perfect. All right, so I'm just driving home. People are always asking how's court going, how's the update, so I figured I'd give an update. So Crissy Yakimowsky, apparently it's pronounced, whatever. I don't know why. She got divorced like 10 years ago after her husband walked in on her having sex with some crackhead named Tony. But she kept the name Yakimowsky. It's like, you're divorced. It's like the perfect opportunity to get rid of that kid. He goes last in the alphabet all the time. And I would assume everybody asks, like, how do you spell that? And she kept it. It also rhymes with Crissy, so I don't know why she kept that last name. That's a different story. So I'm here today. I went to Worcester Superior Court because a woman by the name of Crissy Yakimowsky, who in 2019 sent me a video of a 45-minute phone conversation that she recorded with a woman named Hadassah Robeson, who we had done a story on, and Crissy was kind of trying to insert herself into the story that really had nothing to do with her, but apparently she had a personal grudge with this woman because she claimed she knew a resident of the house and wasn't happy about it or whatever. So she decided to, not listen to the age-old wise words of just read the blogs. She decided to be the blogs instead. So she recorded herself and she sent me the recording. At no point did she ever tell me these are illegally recorded, that I did not have the consent of her. Had she done that, it would be illegal, actually, I believe, for me to play it. So the police asked me about that. I, of course, told them no, because I was not made aware of this. So, I got sent the tape. I play it. I got sent the tape on August 9th, 2019. I still have the original email of her sending to me. There is literally no text in the email, so she doesn't say, like, this is illegally whatever. She just sends it to me. Of course, Crusty Panties and the Retard Mafia have all suggested that I was aware of it. In case you haven't seen by now, she's a pathological liar. I had absolutely no idea. And they are just trying to pass the blame. Of course, Crusty Panties is framing this as, oh, he's monetizing it and he got her to do this. Like, every person who comes in contact with me in her mind is completely unable to think for themselves rationally and just does whatever I tell them to do. Like, Brett said all those things about her kid because I made him do it, right? I made him do it. When Kate was writing for me and she was trashing on single moms and DCF parents, I made her do that. It wasn't her fault. I'm the bad guy. I made her do that. Or how about this one where she's like, well, he made her do it. It's like, I can't make anyone do anything, obviously. So she did it. She sent it to me, and I play it. I got a tape like that. I'm going to play it. And I think that it was up for a while. She asked to take it down, and I just never did. And now I'm never going to take it down because it's evidence. I can't destroy evidence, Crissy. Can't do that. Sorry. On top of that, she was not supposed to even be talking to me at all or have anything to do with the blog while she was on probation. But she was the whole time. She was running the Turtleboy admin page. She was heavily involved in Turtleboy. She was having me write blogs, or like urging me to write blogs about Hadassah before court dates because, according to her, I rattle her and I get her out of her element. That's what she wanted, Hadassah to be peak crazy in court. That was her legal strategy. I have all those texts. Now, if you were facing 2 felony charges, because wiretapping is a felony in Massachusetts, and you've, violated your probation the whole time, and the one person who has all the evidence that you've done this, you decide that you're going to betray that person who considered you a friend, who liked you as a person, thought you were a decent person getting railroaded by the system, that you decide that you are going to betray him and align yourself with perhaps the most well-documented child abuser who we've ever covered, ever. Like one of the most abhorrent child abusers ever, Catherine Peter. And you decide to send screenshots of private messages between us, mostly about personal life, like that you thought would somehow get me hemmed up on charges, something about kids in a bathtub, something about Brian Waters' fake pages. They've been pushing these nonsense conspiracy theories for quite some time, and we know that they're conspiracies theories with no legitimacy to them because I've never been charged with anything, unlike her. And unlike Kate, I don't get charged with crimes. So there's that. So that kind of kills that one right there. Oh, but we have screenshots. Look at this. We have this and this and this. Okay, you got a charge? You got a charge? No charge? Okay, cool. So you're full of shit. That's all you are. All you are is a person on the internet ranting about screenshots and something called blog.dat. So you got that going for you. You don't have what's called evidence or probable cause or a charge. Those would be helpful. Those would be helpful, but you don't got those because I didn't do anything. So there's that. Crissy, on the other hand, did, and she admitted it to the police like a dumbass. And that's why the prosecutor in this case is shocked that this is going to trial. Like he thought, like this, he deals with this all the time. He's a special prosecutor. He's like, she's not gonna, because I'm like, if you need a witness, I'll be your witness. And he said, we don't need witnesses. It's not going to trial. Well, it's going to trial. It's going to trial. So today in court was the final chance to resolve this before trial. And basically she fired her other lawyer because she thought that he was working with me secretly because she's insane. And she hired this new lawyer who doesn't, I feel like, I don't know if he knows much about it. I don't know if he's like a cheap lawyer. I don't know what his deal is. But I just posted the video of me trying to interview her on the way out of court. But the attorney came in today and pulls the prosecutor aside and goes into, because he doesn't want to do it in front of us, and goes, he offered her $10,000, Hadassah, to walk away, basically. 10 grand. That was their final plea. Hadassah's not doing this for 10 grand. Like, she's not, it's not happening. So, you know, she was wiretapped. Like, I obviously have written negatively about Hadassah before, but facts are facts. You can't wiretap people. It's against the law in Massachusetts. It's a violation of something, some statute. I don't know the MGL number, whatever, but it's a big deal. It's a big deal because it violates people's privacy. But it's hard to prove. It's hard to prove. But luckily, when you admit it to the police, it becomes a lot easier. So there's that. So there's that. And if there's a person out there, like let's say me, who has emails from you sending that, distributing the email, that's another felony charge. Maybe don't double cross that person. Maybe wait until after you beat the case before you do that. But no, you couldn't help yourself because you wanted to be part of Team Storm or whatever. You're just crazy, obviously, Crissy. So I was in court today and she got there late. She hid. Because her car was there early and she was not in her car because she parked near Joel and Hadassah. They both saw her car. So we're in the courtroom on the 4th floor up there. And no sign. The first call comes, she's not there. Her attorney's not there. So I'm thinking, I really think she hid in the bathroom until her attorney was running late, and I think she was afraid to be there by herself, so she hid in the bathroom. That's my guess. So quite a Tuesday for Crissy, hiding in bathrooms and catching felony charges. Good day. I mean, look where you are, Crissy. Do you regret it? I bet you regret it. I bet you do. You can't take it back though. You thought you got me. Oh no, we got more. Oh, more of these videos. No one's ever seen that before. Whatever will I do? How will I ever get over that? Oh no, extra emoji in the house. How will I ever get over the devastation of that? Well, I did. And I'll never, she may be untrustworthy of people from now on. But look where I'm at right now. And look where she's at right now. Look where 𝗃𝗃𝗍's at right now. Look where all these losers who thought they could beat Turtleboy and take Turtleboy down. Look where they are now. Embarrassed, humiliated. Ratchet Madness reveal is tonight. Crissy's not going to be in it. I have the field set. But others will. Like, so I'll tell you, Krusty Panties is in it again. Usually I don't do repeats, but Janetti repeated. The Legends repeat. Janetti repeated before. Monica repeated before. She's been in it twice. So, and Kate never made a Final Four. She lost to Nikki Evans in 2020. So, because I can't use any of the old stuff. I can't use, like, that's the rules of Ratchet Madness. You can't have, like, oh, she lost her kids. Not relevant. Not relevant because she didn't lose them in the last year. See what I'm saying? Ratchet Madness is serious business. You can't enter evidence that is not in the last, since April of last year. Those are the rules. So I got to stick by it. But she has been charged with violating a harassment prevention order and a bunch of other shit. So she does have, so she will be in it. A dump truck will definitely be in it. Definitely. I've made the executive decision that Connie Jr., our 52-year-old Connie, we're just going to call him now, the Toothless Wonder, because Brett is basically Connie with long hair and more access to food, I think. So he'll be in it. Not going to say what seed they are. Rashana's in it, and we'll see what seeds they are tonight. So I was up till 3 in the morning last night doing Ratchet Madness. So that's why I didn't have any blogs really last night or anything. So I went blog yesterday, and the field is set. Like, I took this seriously. Like, there's a lot of really ratchet people that didn't make the cut. Like Tyler Falconer, I thought he didn't make the cut. There's some people, I'm like, yeah, they're not, he's a piece of shit, but is it really ratchet? You know, it's got to be ratchet. Dedication is right. Dedication to the craft. Ratchet Madness is serious business on this channel, guys. Serious business. So the selection show will be tonight at 9 o'clock. And we'll probably do some coverage of other stories after the selection show. But we'll see. I gotta say, this is the most competitive field I've seen since I started doing this. I've never had to make cuts like the ones that I made. I don't think there was any real clear favorite like there has been in past years. Like Monica was a favorite, obviously. Didi Delgado was a huge favorite. I don't think there was a real favorite this year. So I'm going to read some comments now that I'm just pull it in and get back to work. Let's see what people are saying. All right. I'm on the phone with the Georgetown office. I like those videos, Carrie says. Yeah, thank you. Is that Mike Janetti is here? Oh, God. Oh, God. Janetti's in a crack bender. Get a new car, bro. I know. Tell me. I got to get an oil change. This car sucks. It's real. It's got 170,000 miles on it. I'm the kind of I'm cheap. I will ride the car into the ground, period. I'm not a spendthrift, unlike some people. And by the way, Krusty Panties spent like the last 24 hours trying to do damage control with the 𝗏 interviews. Oh, it's in her head. Does Aiden make any money with this? What do you think? How does he take care of his kids? With money and love. Did I get an extra kiss? I did not get an extra kiss today, sadly. I was not told. No one said that they were proud of me today. What you might have been there, you might, but the ladies you sleep with aren't they? Okay. Remember the girl that was, what the fuck? So I sat right behind Crissy in court today too, right behind her. She wore jeans and open-toed like thong sandals. Like how are you gonna dress like that for court when you're the defendant? Like, oh my God, you tell she's not taking this seriously. Oh God, Janetti is taking. Go away, Janetti. How am I different from the trash I talk about? I don't commit crimes. For one, I don't do ratchet things. So there's that. So for those of you just joining now, I'm just coming from a court hearing with Crissy Yakimowsky. She offered Hadassah $10,000 to drop the case. Hadassah turned it down, and a trial date has been set, I believe, for June 24th. It goes very slowly. I'm proud of you. Thank you, offensive guy. Look at all these people proud of me. That's great. Kate is doing damage control behind the scenes, but refuses to publicly talk about it. Yeah, I don't know how you do damage control. I mean, well, she was on Welsh News Network. Somebody sent me that last night. So obviously, she's in the big time. She's on something Welsh News Network. Like, she goes on these channels full of the stupidest people ever because they're the only people at this point who will believe her. Like, 𝗏 is not believing her anymore. Even Irish Demon, does he even believe her anymore? Like, he's obviously a complete fraud, but I'm sure even he knows what time it is. He understands what's going on. So yeah, I mean, I guess they have some big project they're working on. That's what they say. I'm sure this, don't worry guys, this is going to be the one to take me down, I'm sure. Okay. Why do some people dress trash? Dude, so many people dress trashy for court. You should have seen the degenerates. And Worcester Courthouse is just filled with some of the scummiest, most degenerate people you've ever seen in your life. Because this was originally in Milford, but it's a felony charge. So, and that's just a district court in Milford. Milford's in Worcester County. So when it goes to Superior Court for a felony charge, it's got to go here. But they didn't think it was ever going to make it here because, like, she ain't going to trial because they don't have juries in Milford. All right. Any other questions? The echo chamber is getting smaller for sure. When's Kate's next court date? May 5th. She has with Lauren Murray. I have a court date April 17th, which is what? 6 days from now with Andrew Johnson. So there's that. 𝗏 is still riding the fence at the same time, absolutely destroying his friend. Yeah, it's weird though. He's just like, I like Kate. Now let me do a 20-minute video bashing the shit out of her and exposing her as the complete fraud that she is. But I like her because she's intelligent. First of all, he goes, I like her because she's intelligent. Intelligent? You know she's a fraud because she makes stupid, dumb mistakes all the time. She makes a lot of really dumb decisions. Perhaps she's not actually that intelligent. I would propose that to her. He's like, oh, she's funny. She likes to have a good time. What's funny about her? When she's sitting there going, extramarital affairs. Nails on a chalkboard. Extramarital affairs. That's not funny. That's not fun. Where's the fun in that? Like, are the Pilgrims fun? Are the Puritans fun? Because that seems like the kind of lifestyle she seems to believe that I should live and that everyone else should live. I guess. I don't know. I guess that's fun. And 𝗏's never, he's like, Aiden's not fun, I think he said. And I don't like him. It's like, you haven't really got to know me, 𝗏. You think you'd like me if you got to know me? I think what it comes down to is I'm not useful for him in the way that she is. Because I have no interest in Chile or that community, and he clearly does. So, you know, but I would argue if 𝗏 likes to just pull up obscure court cases and, you know, laugh at stupid, funny complaints, I'm the king of that, 𝗏. I got some content for you. What do you hear about this guy named Ryan Waters or Big Black Jeffrey? Or there's so many people out there like that. That twat from WNN is clearly a scouser. Yep. Let's see. Try Brockton's courthouse. Oh, I've been there for Tony Branch. Not as many scumbags. Oh, but I went to Plymouth Superior. That's a different court from Brockton District. Yeah, but do you have a home? Yeah, I'm in something called right now a garage. A garage is part of a home. So, yes, I have a home. It's just like the people that get sent here by her are just filled with so much misinformation and lies. And they really seem to believe it. Like, just truly the dumbest people on earth. Like, if you people were so stupid that you just believed all my lies, I wouldn't do it because there wouldn't be anything satisfying in fooling stupid people. Like, I don't get the joy a person feels out of that. I like the fact that our fans are intelligent. And I know that if I was doing the things that she was doing and I was just caught in lie after lie after lie, I know that every single person listening right now would leave. You'd all leave. You'd be like, okay, this guy's full of shit. I'm out of here. Like, and you get that. Like, that's why my audience doesn't grow, is because I'm legit. Yeah, it's West Roxbury Court. Her court date is what's technically in Jamaica Plain. Are you excited about Ratchet Madness? So excited. Yeah, but do you take your family on vacation? What kind of question is that? No, we don't do vacations. We don't do that. We don't allow that. 𝗵𝗶's a whack job, Frankie says. Okay. He said spontaneous. Is that good? Like, you're what does that even mean? You haven't done a spontaneous live stream in 3 weeks. Are you really that spontaneous? How is 𝗵𝗶 a lawyer? I mean, he's smart. When you listen to him talk, like, he knows what he's talking about. How can anyone see an independent third-party destroyer and still support? Just stupid. They're just stupid people. Like, the only ones left are stupid people. We've seen an exodus of Peter eaters over here. We've got a lot of them here. Like Eaton Beaver, GD. There's a lot of you people out there who used to be Peter eaters, and you're like, Jim Walbert, you're like, oh shit, she's just lying about everything, isn't she? It finally clicked with 𝗵𝗶 this week. I don't think 𝗵𝗶 was aware of the extent in which she lies. And like he titled the stream perfectly. Kate is chilly. There's literally no difference between their approach in court. Like, it's the same idea in that they don't go in there with like 3 instances of harassment. Like, it's like she didn't even look up what the statute says. Like, she has no idea what elements are required to get an order. And 𝗀𝗏 doesn't understand that either. They just think this is internet world, this is YouTube world. So if you go into a courtroom and you're just like, I have 500 pieces of paper here, look at all this evidence, and people coming to my house and just talk really fast and say as much as possible, and trolls are coming after me and he's sending people and blah 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 blah. Judges aren't impressed by that. It's like, that has nothing to do with the statute. If you had a lawyer, they would advise you to stick to the statute, and you need 3 instances of unwanted contact designed to put you in fear that did put you in fear. That's what you need. And she didn't even bother. And 𝗀𝗏 doesn't either. 𝗀𝗏 goes into court and he's like, when he was with her, he's just like, Your Honor, there's a troll mafia and blah, 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 blah. What's the difference between that? And 𝗵𝗶 made a good point. What's the difference between 𝗀𝗏's pleadings and hers? None. It's the same idea. Like, oh, this person I'm trying to get an order on, they haven't threatened me directly or anything like that, but they talk about me a lot, and then trolls come after me as a result of that. And that's not grounds for an order. Like, so there's that. What's up with North? 𝗵𝗶 is the human version of France. Yeah, funny in what way? Like, haha funny? Like I'm a clown to you? How many trans women does it take to change a light bulb? That's not funny. Well, none. Because trans women are women, Dave. There's no such thing. If trans women are women, then why do they call them trans women? Why do they make that distinction? Ask yourself that. She gets more views and subs. She has a leash. So we found Kate's alt is here. So she gets more views and subs. Well, at least she's got that. That's what's really important. Well, how many views has she had in the last 3 weeks? I've got probably over 100,000. How many she got in the last few weeks? I don't see much content coming from her. And congratulations. She bought a bunch of bots. Obviously, those aren't real. No one actually believes that. She says she makes no money in YouTube. Yeah, besides, the donos that you can see come across your screen. Besides that. Who cares what 𝗵𝗶 thinks or says? I only care what 𝗵𝗶 thinks or says because it pisses her off. Like 𝗵 was the big one for her. Because 𝗵 is, all these other mouth breathers out here, like they're stupid. Like nobody cares what they say. But 𝗵 is a legitimate attorney. So her losing his confidence and his support is devastating to her. That's why I care what he thinks. He's grifting off the whole chili pot, but he doesn't do donos. I've never seen him do that. You can't make a living doing this. Well, I've been doing it for 10 years, so he's not that big. We'll see. A real lawyer doesn't have time for YouTube. They are way too busy. I mean, he seems to mostly do it in the car. I would assume it's expensive to live where he lives too, so he has to be making some money. It is weird that he works in family court and he couldn't smell this one out. Like, you work in family court, you deal with moms like her all the time. You couldn't sniff that one out? Yeah, Newton North protest is still on for Thursday. I just don't get how an unattractive poor person has confidence. I know. Well, luckily I'm neither. So I don't have that problem. I have lots of confidence because I'm the exact opposite of those things. Yeah, I went to Disney World. Remember I went to Disney World? God forbid. That's how all this shit started. I mean, for those of you unfamiliar, we're kind of like rehashing all this. This all started between her and I when she was working for me. She was streaming on my show, and she, streamed on my channel and did this Bristol crew thing that she asked permission to do. And I said, sure, because she was just a blogger before that. Little did I know this was all part of the plan. And so she focused on auditors, and there is a demand for this out there. And so people are interested in Josh Abrams, like just the Josh Abrams industrial complex. So she starts obsessing over him. People become interested in it. It's not exactly groundbreaking shit that they were covering, but people are interested in that. And so people watch it. And she rented a studio, which is her choice. I didn't make you do the studio. She wanted to do a studio. So she had to pay whatever, $300 a month, I think, for that. And, got like a camera and stuff. And that was all her choice. I didn't make you do that. She decided to do that. And then she's like, but, keep in mind, you're working for me still, obviously. Like, you're nothing without me. No one knows who you are without me. Like, I was the established brand. Kate was a fan of mine. She called me her idol in a blog that she wrote for me. But she didn't tell you guys that. So she called me her idol repeatedly. And then she kind of, because her, Josh Abrams streams were getting more, whatever, alleged real viewers than me. Yeah, real. She decided that she was bigger, but which was obviously ridiculous. And so she, all of a sudden one day I heard her read an ad read for Garage Doors Plus in Quincy on her stream or whatever. And they're my advertiser, right? Like, and so I'm like, we had an agreement with money where I give her $200 a month for the blogs, for writing X amount of blogs a month. And then she would get 75% of revenue from super chats during her streams, which is generous. It's very generous because the channel belongs to me. I'm the owner. Like, you getting 75%, that's a lot. So that was generous. But I'm like, 25% for me. And, well, the people, she'll say, well, what did you do? You didn't do anything. Why should you get 25%? Bitch, because I built the channel that you're on right now. You would not be making a dime had I not built the infrastructure right now that allows you to reach a large audience. You tried a YouTube career before and it failed. So that's called building a product that other people use. Like, that's the work was put in before that to get to here. That's how it works. It's like, why do lawyers charge $400 an hour? Because they went to law school. Because it was expensive to go to law school and they put the work in, and now that's what they're worth. So I heard her do this. So she's already getting $200 a month and 75% of donos from that. And then I heard her do the ad read. Now, keep in mind, Chris Riggs, I think, was paying me $600 a month. He was getting not only ad reads on every show, but he was also getting blogs. Like, he was being featured in blogs in which I would promote the shows and, like, brought to you by Garage Doors Plus. So that was the deal that we had. Come to find out, he's also charging $300 she's also charging him $300 to do hers. She did not have the authority to do that. Like, you're an employee. That's like, you know, the news anchor for Channel 4, like David E. Wade starts doing ad reads for some company and just he just pockets the money, makes a deal with them. What? Hold on. And so I called her on it, and she gets all defensive. Like, how dare I? She was just looking for a way out. Like, she was doing that on purpose. She was looking for a reason to leave, and that's why it ended. And then after that, I found out she basically had been sabotaging this whole event that we had planned in Worcester, creating an account called Aiden Blarney to kind of, you know, cast doubt on it and urge people not to go to it and whatnot. And so there's a whole bunch of shit. And this all came out in the audio that you heard. Merb heard all that. She admitted to it. And so now she's trying to be like, I never did this. Actually, I did this. These same lies that she told in Discord 3 years ago, which quite frankly, a lot of her followers today were some of my biggest fans. And because they trusted me, I told them to trust her. And so when she says something, oh, Aiden's a scumbag, they believe her because they trusted me. And honestly, it was juicy. Like, people wanted to believe, oh man, the guy who calls people scumbags is a scumbag himself. That's the narrative that she wanted people to believe. And it's salacious, and people want to believe that almost because it's interesting. You know, it's something to talk about. I disproved it all. Like, it was all lies. She said I raised money for this domestic violence victim named Samantha Cardin. I did not. You could never show a single blog in which I said, I'm raising money for Sam Cardin. No, but I did pay for her attorney because we were co-defendants in a lawsuit filed by Ryan Waters, the guy that kicked the shit out of her. So there's that. And Samantha's thanked me for that. And her and I still talk today here and there. But she doesn't like Kate either. Nobody likes Kate. Chris Riggs doesn't like Kate. He wants nothing to do with her. He realized what a piece of shit she is afterwards. He and I had a falling out, and then we made up. But yeah, so now it's all come out. Now Merb knows a lot more about the past, and she's freaking out. And she's starting over with the lies again that she told 3 years ago that got a lot of people to kind of jump ship initially. Now, some jumped back. A lot of people didn't know who to believe at first in that whole thing. And then once the facts started coming out, it became clear. So, all right, any other questions before I got to go back? Yeah, and so basically the Disney thing was, she's like, he went to Disney because I didn't tell any, and it's stupid, right? I said, I'm like, you can't, I'm going to Disney. Don't tell anyone, because it was the first time I'd ever asked for donations before, because I was losing advertisers left and right. The revenue wasn't coming in. I'm like freaking out. I'm like, and she's like, we'll just do donations and people will do it. People will get behind the cause. And she was right. She was totally right. The donations was her idea. And I said, well, I'm going on vacation to Disney. I didn't pay a dime, first of all. We got separate bank accounts. I hate Disney, but I had to go for the kids because you don't want to just miss out on kids and you want to be there. And I worked the whole week. I did blogs the whole week. There was a presidential debate that week. I remember I covered that in the live stream. And yeah, so she knew I didn't want people knowing about that. And so what did she do? She went on my Facebook page, which is not open to the public, but she was friends with me. She gets a picture of my 1.5-year-old son with Belle from Beauty and the Beast and posted in Discord. My son, he's 1. Well, and it's like, it's okay if I post pictures of his kids because I was trying to prove a point. Oh, so that makes it okay because you're trying to prove a point? So you're literally bringing my kids into it. You're literally doing leave the kids out of it. You're not leaving the kids out of it. You never left the kids out of it. You've never left my kids out of it. I do. You actually bring your kids into it. I don't. I don't post them. You know what I mean? Give me a break. Anything else? Let me just read these. You better provide us with your receipts. Yeah, and people wanted like Michelle Olsen, Meals on Wheels, was like, I gave $5. Where did it go to? Bitch, I went where the fuck I felt like it going to. That's where I went. Why is Kate bigger than you? She's not. Kate doesn't have a blog that gets 1.5 million page views a month. I do. So there's that. Kate doesn't have Facebook accounts with a total of 40,000 followers. I do. Kate doesn't have 30,600 followers on Twitter. I do. So there's all that. When I was on TikTok for like a week, I had like 15,000 followers immediately. You built the brand, the liability is all yours. Exactly. Kate says something stupid on there. She doesn't get sued. I get sued. All right. Anybody else have any questions before I get back to work? When is the Steph blog coming? It might take some time. Okay, just reading these comments. Regardless of what's true or not, the delivery that matters. What is the need to promote giving someone hate? I don't know what your point is there at all. What about Brett? You guys call him Bert now? I just call him 52-year-old Connie. Posting Kate's kids. Yeah. I mean, she didn't seem to mind that because he regrets it, she says. Yeah, I mean, Garage Doors Plus does a great job. I'd highly recommend it. All right. So, Slave Brett, that's right. Eden has a brand. Kate has creators. Yeah, she got to do something. She could fix that, too. I don't know why she just accepts that her face looks like the moon. But here we are. So, I mean, it looks like a dirt road in Western Mass. That's what her face looks like in one of those, like, Cheshire or Holly or Heath, one of those towns. So, all right, guys. We'll see you guys all for tonight for Ratchet Madness Selection Show. Peace, Turtle Riders.